Hi everyone, I'm Allie Nightingale and welcome back to another Studio Sessions mini vlog. Little disclaimer, this is technically not my first studio session this week. I had one yesterday, but I didn't really feel like recording this little vlog yesterday, so I stuck to making some short form content that I'm gonna put on YouTube Shorts. So today is Friday, May 9th, and I think today is going to be another quick session since it's 8 o'clock already. It's already kind of late. So, well, it's not that late, but still. Yeah, I'm going to I'm going to continue working on Peace of Mind, and I'm planning on adding another instrument to the track because I've got another idea for one. Before we get into that, though, I want to tell you something cool that's going on with my merch shop currently. I don't talk about it much on here aside from when I'm doing the Wolfpack sessions, but I recently came up with a youth collection. I've been getting some requests from fans of mine who are parents to create a little youth collection so they could buy clothes for their kids, like their little wolf pups, I like to call them. But yeah, I just dropped a youth collection on my merch site. It's only got the lone wolf design right now because I'm kind of experimenting to see how well it does. But yeah, it's right in time for Mother's Day, so I'll leave the link to my merch site in the description as always. And with Mother's Day coming up, I'll have a sale going on. You can use the code Mother's Day 20 for 20% off your entire order plus free shipping. So I'll leave that down in the description too, so keep in mind that buying merch is totally optional, but it is highly, highly appreciated. And with that little ad out of the way, let's open up Pro Tools and get back to the music. So really quick, let's review where we left off last time. So the idea I had for the instrument that I wanted to add to this track is like a little dreamy sounding synth, the same kind that I'm using for another song, well, the track that comes after Peace of Mind called Enter the Dreamscape. And it's a little instrumental interlude, it doesn't have any lyrics. It's supposed to be kind of ambient, but Enter the Dreamscape has a moment where it kind of there are a couple of times in Enter the Dreamscape where the melody of Peace of Mind, which you hear in the piano whenever I play it for you, it's where it's kind of like a reprise. It's a reprise of the main melody for Peace of Mind. Here, let me show you. I had to close out of Pro Tools for a little bit just so I could get the sound for this track to come through, but yeah, I had to skip to the part where the reprise I mentioned before is, but here, this is what it sounds like. Listen closely and you'll hear it. Alright, I'll play it again with the volume turned up just slightly so you can hear it a little bit better. Again, listen closely. So you should have heard what sounded like a little choir in the background there. That wasn't me singing, it was an instrument that I used. But the reprise part I'm talking about, like I said, with the choir, it should have sounded like that. So what I want to do is I want to add that part to Peace of Mind, just as a little bit of foreshadowing. Alright, as you can see, I added a little female choir track, the same one that I used in Enter the Dreamscape, and here is how it sounds. So yeah, it's the same as in Enter the Dreamscape. And here's how it sounds with the rest of the song. My plan for when it's time to do the rough mix of this song is to have the choir vocals more in the background with a lot of reverb so they sound kind of dreamy like they did in Enter the Dreamscape. Alright, it is 7 minutes to 8:30 right now, and that's pretty much all I wanted to do today was just add that specific instrument. Tomorrow it'll probably be more of the same thing, and also trying to edit some of the other tracks to make the song a little bit more interesting. So yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello there. It is Saturday, May 10th, 2:32 p.m. and today I think is going to be another short session because it is gorgeous outside. It is sunny. It's like 62 degrees. I'm itching to get outside and go for a walk, so let's just get back into it. Okay, slight change of plans. I had to resolve some technical issues regarding my MIDI keyboard. Pro Tools wasn't recognizing it today like it was yesterday, and I think it's because my computer needs to update, so just give me 1 second. This update is taking much longer than I thought it would. I had to update Voicemeeter, which is the virtual audio driver software that I use for streaming whenever I'm doing the Wolfpack sessions, because I didn't have the latest version and it was causing a holdup with the computer update, so I did that and it's still updating as we speak. It's at like 95%, so hopefully it finishes up quick. Alright, finally it finished updating and it looks like my issue has been resolved, so now we can get back to our music. So the other instrument I thought about adding today is called an arpeggio synth. So it's a type of synthesizer that plays arpeggios. Now, instead of explaining what an arpeggio is, like using words, I'm just gonna show you. Okay, so in music, an arpeggio chord is basically a chord where instead of playing it like this, you play it kind of like this. So it plays kind of the notes are all played kind of in succession like that. So an arpeggio synth is basically a synthesizer that plays an arpeggio when you play a certain note on your MIDI keyboard. Okay, so I added the arpeggio synth, and here is what it sounds like. So I know this one in particular doesn't exactly play chords, but it still plays like the note in like multiple times in succession with itself. And here is how it sounds with the rest of the song. And with that, I think I should be good for today. I've been cooped up in this studio long enough today because of these technical issues, but I'm glad I got to get some work done. So now I'm going to go put some sunscreen on and take a walk outside while the sun is still up. So if you liked this week's vlog, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you're notified whenever I upload. And yeah, that's all. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.